Hey guys, it's Bish Chelsea here, and welcome to episode 77 of the Berlin Dynamo series. Now, we're picking things up. We've actually played quite a few games because obviously you can probably tell by today's title, but the Europa League games have started to come in. Therefore, I think I've had about 7 games between last episode and this episode. I won't go over transfers because we didn't actually do anything, but obviously last episode, we had goals galore against Bautzen, and then we lost disappointingly, but somewhat expectedly, 3-0 against Bayern Munich. We actually followed that up with a 3-0 victory away from home for ourselves. We beat Mainz, and as you can see, everyone actually played pretty well, except for Rojas in this one. Melges played well, got the clean sheet. The back line played well. Nagtegaal with an assist. Midfielders played well, solid. And then essentially up front, Perez and Gavadel both scoring. And then, of course, we had Dusak in midfield kicking things off. Very clinical performance. The next game, however, against Gladbach was not so clinical. As you can see, they beat us 3-2. However, we opened the scoring through Perez, Gavadel with an assist, and then Campbell. This guy is incredible. For a 21-year-old player, he will either be signed by Man City, maybe Man United, or Bayern Munich in this save. 100% I'm going with those 3 teams, and he will probably leave Gladbach sooner rather than later. Probably the type of player that I would like to buy if I was in that position, 100%. He's only 21. He's got 20 caps already for the German national team. And he is absolutely incredible. Not only can he play up front, but he can play in all 3 sort of attacking positions as well. You could essentially put him on the right-hand side as an inside forward, and he would be incredible. So he scored a goal against us. He's one of the reasons why I don't actually like versing Gladbach anymore, because he is that good. They then got a goal on the stroke of half-time, stoppage time of the first half. And then they went 3-1 up through Pizarro. We got a goal back in the 87th minute. Started to build up a little bit more momentum as well. But unfortunately, we just couldn't find that equaliser. Dmitriev coming off the bench played pretty well, getting himself an assist there as well. Frustrating. But the next game was probably more frustrating. A 2-2 draw against St. Pauli. As you can see, we were 2-0 up. Strabic playing very well on the left-hand side at the moment. He's now green, so he's not natural, but he's the one accomplished. He's accomplished in that position. Traore also getting a goal on that left-hand side. And then, unfortunately, they essentially got 2 goals back. I made a couple of changes. I think I brought Gavadel and Viscasil off, and we essentially fell apart, and they got 2 goals within a space of about 15 minutes. So, disappointing to drop 2 points there. But we moved on to a 3-0 victory over Vitesse in Holland. We were away from home. Gel opening the scoring in the 2nd minute with a Strabic assist there. Gavadel missing a penalty, although he did score another goal, in the 21st minute there. And then assisting Nagtegaal as well. The right wing back got himself a new contract. He's now valued at about 30 million. So I'm very happy I didn't actually sell him for the sort of, I think it was about 17 mil I eventually got him up to. I think he's still going to be our first team right back. I don't know if he's a Champions League winning quality player, but he's definitely a Champions League qualifying quality player, if that makes sense. Anyway, very good way to kick off our Europa League campaign. We then went into the Berlin Derby against Hertha, and we lost 4-2 away from home. Very disappointing. Melges had an absolute stinker in this game. He was dreadful. 6 shots on target for Hertha, and he conceded 4 goals. And if you look at the defense, no one was really that bad, if that makes sense. Sata was the lowest on a 6.6, which is bad. But a 5.9 from Melges, he wasn't that bad. Viscasil, disappointing against his former club as well. getting the lowest rating in the team, being a 6.3. And yeah, they scored 3 goals. We got one back through Gel. We got another one back pretty late on by Bednarek, who came... he actually started. And yeah, unfortunately, they got another goal, 4th goal in the 93rd minute. And I was pretty pissed off. But once again, our form's sort of up and down, up and down, up and down. We bounced back once again in the Europa League, a 4-1 victory over Sturm Graz. As you can see, this one, Gavadel picking up himself a hat-trick, an own goal in there as well, a red card, 2nd yellow for Dieter Saikan, giving him a match in the Europa League, and he still manages to find a way to piss me off. But yeah, Nagtagal with a couple of assists, Strabic with another assist as well. He's looking really good in this position. And Rojas has, as of recently, started to contribute a little bit more. The next game, home game in the Bundesliga, 3-0 victory over Borussia Dortmund. Very happy with this performance. Clean sheet as well. Gel opening our scoring, the scoring. Rojas, like I mentioned, starting to come into his own a little bit, getting our 2nd goal. And then, surprisingly, off the bench, Regragui, one of our only homegrown club players from the age of 18 to 21 at the club, getting his 1st goal of the season. Viscasil with an assist there as well. Happy days. And the most recent game just played was a 2-0 victory over FC Cologne. And yeah, this one, very straightforward. Another clean sheet. Very happy with that. Viscasil on the score sheet, getting his 1st goal of the season. And then Gavadel also on the score sheet as well. Once again, Nagtagal, Strabic. They're constantly coming up with assists in this team. I'm kind of curious to see who's going to be the leading assist maker this season. I'm assuming it's going to be Strabic because he takes corners as well. Worth mentioning, Rodriguez playing pretty well at centre-back. I have actually signed another centre-back for January as well. A nice little release clause. He's technically a right-back that is accomplished at centre-back, but has all the stats to play as a centre-back as opposed to a right-back. Go figure. So we're going to be bringing him in, retraining him to play centre-back, try and get that natural as well. And I think he could be like a Champions League quality centre-back, especially as far as ball-playing defenders go. But we'll talk more about him after the January transfer window. Anyway, today's games, we got Wolfsburg up first, and then we are in the Europa League group stage, or league phase, whatever you want to call it. And we'll be taking on Monaco. Both of them home games, which is very good. Anyway, the league table currently looks like this. I'll move the face cam out of the way there. As per usual, Bayern Munich up top. Surprisingly, Frankfurt in 2nd. Then you got Freiburg, Leipzig. The big takeaway from this is not even us in 8th place. Dortmund are in 15th place. And prior to the last game, they were in 16th. They were in the relegation playoff on 3 points. So luckily they won their last game, but they had 3 losses in a row there. I'll show you their form. Where are we? That is terrible form. Lost to Frankfurt, lost to Hoffenheim, beat Leipzig, surprisingly. Lost to Heidenheim, lost to Bayern again, lost to us 3-0. And then they beat Gladbach. So they beat 2 of the best teams in the league in Leipzig and Gladbach, and then lose to some of those other teams. Anyway, we're in 8th place. That's all that you really need to take away from this. We're on 10 points. 3 points ahead of us is 5th place, Hoffenheim. We're fine. Our form hasn't been perfect, but we have a few new players. We're embedding them in the team. We also have a very sort of... Our squad depth is not very good. And it's kind of an issue with where we're at as a club, I think. I'm in the process of trying to buy the best Wonder Kids possible. But as a result of that, I'm having to balance the club, whether it be finances for certain players' contracts or certain players wanting to leave the club. It's causing me a few issues in trying to keep certain players, because certain players come in wanting to be certain things, whether it be a squad player or a star player, it is hard to manage at times, especially when you're trying to build, a club up to be reaching the Champions League and the later rounds of the Champions League as well. Anyway, enough about that. This is going to be our lineup for today's game. Meljez in goals. We've got Nagtgal right back, Rodriguez and Sata. I'm very sort of settled on this partnership in the centre of defence at the moment. I like it. Idea Saikan is on the back burner. Hopefully he doesn't sort of lose value, because I would maybe like to sell him in the future. I think he's a really good centre-back defend. I think he's quite good, and he would be good in that position. Just don't think he's much of a ball-playing defender. The 10 first touch, the 10 vision, the 10 passing makes me feel a little bit worried when he has the ball at his feet. Whereas Rodriguez, probably a little bit more, if we can click on his profile, a little bit more verse to it, albeit his vision's worse. I don't know what I'm talking about. He's got one better passing. Good enough for me. I don't know. Either way, better positioning and about the same defensively. But can play for some reason. Sata's very different, obviously. He's more of a midfielder anyway, playing back at centre-back. Hopefully he becomes natural. Today we're going to go with Juarez on the left-hand side of our defence, left wing-back. Just come back from injury. Pace has dropped a little bit, which is frustrating. But he should be very good going forward into the season as well. I essentially signed him on a free to be our first team left-back. Luckily for us, Traore has been playing well. So we haven't really missed him too much, if that makes sense. I also rejected I think it was about 17 mil for Dmitriev as well. I think it was RB Leipzig that came in for him as well. So I think I eventually managed to get into 17 mil with 20% of next sale in there as well. But then I looked at my midfield options. So if we sold Dmitriev, our only natural backup in that position would be Reguagui, which is fine. I like Reguagui. He's a good player. Just a good sort of backup player. But apart from that, it's then centre-backs that can play defensive midfield. Being Padaruth, pretty average, pretty bad. Wouldn't really want him in the midfield. Ramadi's another one, although he can actually even play there. So disregard that. Canales, the young sort of centre-back that I signed. It's weird that his potential, when I signed him, he was only like a 3-star potential player. He's now 5-star potential with a star player potential ability about him, the 18-year-old. Don't really know what that's about. He's now got 10 caps at 18 for the Honduran national team. So I brought him up into the first team. He's still going to be playing under 19s for now. But anyway, back on topic. Decided to keep him because our squad depth is pretty damn bad at the moment. So I was like, keep him. We need him for the Europa League at a minimum to cover positions, rotation as well. So we kept him. Anyway, Viscasil, Dusak, they're our starting midfielders. It's going to be the way it is for a little while. He is improving, Viscasil. Unfortunately, his 20 determination dropped down to 19, which is not great, but he's still improving, which is the main thing. He's now a 3-star player as well, which I like to see. Dusak, on the other hand, he's improving, but at a much, much slower rate. I don't know if he's actually a wonder kid or not, with a certain level of potential. It says 4.5 star. We'll see if he gets there. Strabic, as you can see, he is now accomplished in the position. 3-star player as well. Looks pretty good, and as you can see, his goals and assists have been pretty good. I mean, obviously he's only scored 1 goal, but the assists have been crucial to feeding our 2 strikers up front. Rojas coming in, same sort of thing. Scored 5 goals so far this season, albeit a few of them came in that DFB Pokal first round game. Anyway, we're going to go with Gel, and we're going to go with Gavidel up top. Gel's got a bit of interest in him from Saudi Arabia. Probably will sell him if I get a 30 mil offer, because that 30 mil can then be split up and used essentially on 2 new Wonder Kids. That's my thought process anyway. Only players in the team that I wouldn't sell at the moment are Gavadel, Viscasil, obviously, and then probably Nagtagal at the moment. He's one of my favourite players in the team. Very, very solid. Obviously, he's only 25, but he's also heavily wanted from Saudi Arabia as well. Anyway, let's get into the game. Bench today, it's very defensive. Canales actually making the bench here today. We'll give him the number 34. Wants the number 4, but that is taken. And we're taking on Wolfsburg. They're always a good side, Wolfsburg, always. They've still got some good players in there, like Kaiki. I'm trying to think who else is good. I think Solbakken. I think he's a regen, a new gen. That's quite good. I have to double check that. I think he's a Norwegian midfielder. Yeah. Oh, he's not even... He's a real player still. Okay, 35 years old. I feel like I've seen him like every single year that we've been in the Bundesliga. So I'm assuming he's been at Wolfsburg. Oh my god, what an opportunity to score. Yeah, I feel like we've seen him every year. Anyway, we should have scored a goal right there. Rojas, oh, what? Please be onside. That was a lovely goal. Rojas to Gavadel in the back of the net. I think he's offside. He looked off. But that would have been a nice goal. It's awarded. There you go, 1-0. Happy days. All right. I'm kind of glad that our league form's starting to get a little bit better. Because it was very sort of chop and change. Wins. A win here, a loss the next game. Win here, a loss the next game. A draw, a loss. It was very much like that at the start. Ooh, Gel steals the ball away. Can he pass it? Gavadel's onside. Pass it. Oh, he's gone back post to the smallest player. He's literally the smallest player on the pitch, Rojas. Oh, and Wolfsburg score. Oh, Pedre Pepper. All Gel had to do there, all he had to do was pass it to Gavadel. That's all he had to do, and we would have scored a goal. And instead, he crosses the ball to Rojas at the back post. And then they counter-attack and score. Not happy. Anyway, we're coming forward again. That's a terrible pass. Maybe Wolfsburg, they might be trying to counter us. It worked last time. Although we win the ball, Viscasil. Gel, I think he's offside. He's going to be offside. Come on, Gel. What is he doing today? All he needs to do is hold his line. Hold your line. We score another goal. Disallowed. Okay. It's still 1-1. All right, Nagtagal with a throw-in. Goes to Rojas. Goes back to Rojas. Nice. Oh, the finish. The finish wasn't there from about 3 yards out. Probably should have done better. I'm positive. We're doing okay. We just need to be a little bit smarter with our finishing in the final third. Oh, of course I say that. I love Football Manager. I really love it. Especially making videos of Football Manager. You literally talk yourself into these things. I don't even want to look at him. The defense today has been woeful. I was talking up Rodriguez as well. You talk a player up and then they go out there and put an absolute stinker out on the pitch. The only player I'm not going to fault today is Juarez, who isn't actually match fit. I don't even know if I can see us scoring 2 goals at this rate. I mean, Wolfsburg, they're moving the ball nicely. They look good. And they've cannoned it against the post. We are very lucky there. I told the team to calm down. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just clicking buttons at this point. Nagtagal to Rojas. Need a little bit of magic. Oh, beats his man. Penalty? Referee? It is a penalty. Bit of a weak pen, to be honest. I think we're a little bit lucky. Rojas probably went down a little bit too easy there. Oh, I thought that was going to be no penalty for a second. Gavidel, you need to score this pen. Thank you. Thank you. He's on fire at the moment, Gavidel. On fire. He's 100% going to be the leading goal scorer for the league this season. Anyway, Viscasil with a corner. Gel, finish it. Their goalkeeper's making saves. How come mine doesn't do that? Come on, Viscasil. Almost on Gel's header again. Stravic not playing too well today. We'll take him off. We've got Bednarek. We'll bring him on. Probably make some other changes, but I won't. Oh, defend. Defend! Defend! Come on. You disallowed one of our goals. Disallow this one, please. Yes, come on. 2-2. All right, I'll hit him with an encourage as well. Another corner. This is a hard-fought victory if we're going to get it. Gel, good cross. Oh, come on. There's 2 of them there. Juarez. Oh, Gel, get in there. The goalkeeper came but couldn't get it. Thank you, Gel. Is that an assist for Juarez as well? Yes, it is. Lovely. I think this is actually Juarez's debut. Well, I think he got injured in preseason for like 3 months, 2.5 months. Come on, shut him down. Juarez, defend. He likes to attack, but he doesn't like to defend, does he? Oh. 3-3. 3 goals from 4. 4 shots on target. We have a 3.62 XG, and they have scored 3 goals, the same amount of goals as us, with 4 shots on target. If we lose this game here, I'm going to flip it. Come on, boys. Defend. There we go. Rojas. Counter-attack. Gel. Crosses. Gavidel. Get in there! Don't you be offside. This is a massive win. No! Oh. 2 disallowed goals for offside. 2. And we draw the game 3-3. I want to see this one again. He's offside. Damn it! It literally went a fraction too early in front of the defender. Ugh. I'm not going to go too hard on him because we're a little bit unlucky there. It's very frustrating, though. That is so frustrating. Again, I don't know if this tactic's the right tactic to get us to win the Bundesliga. It's super attacking. That's essentially what it is. But we are conceding too many goals. I don't know, maybe it's something for me to think about going into next season. I know we're only very early this season, but yeah, too many goals. Anyway, Rojas picking up man of the match. At least that's a bit of a positive. Like I said, he's started to come into his own. Anyway, we're going to bounce back, move into Europa League. We're actually coming first in the league phase. I'll show you that right here. Just goals for, pretty much, goal difference. As Utrecht, who are actually, we will be versing down the line as well, are doing quite well. So yeah, I'll join you guys back for the lineup against Monaco. Alright, so let's get in the lineup here for Monaco. I'm probably just going to go with the exact same starting lineup, to be honest. Rodriguez, he needs a rest, but it's been 5 days since the Wolfsburg game, so not really too fussed. I did as I can, misses out, obviously, that second yellow card he picked up in the previous Europa League game, keeps him off the bench. We've got Pulisic in there anyway, so it's not too big of an issue. But obviously we're having some issues with squad registration, which is why we only have 7 people in our bench here today. So it is what it is. We'll just go straight ahead with the same team as last game. I think we should be beating Monaco. I know they're one of the better sides in France, but I think we have too much about us to be losing. Some of the other sides, like Rennes, we versed them last year in the Champions League. Much more of a tougher team, sort of at this point in the game. Being 2036, we're pretty far in. Some teams take a dip. Some teams have sort of good academies and produce wonder kid players, and I think Rennes has done that more so than Monaco. Might eat my words as per usual. It happens quite often when I say something and the complete opposite happens. But I fancy our chances here today. So let's see what we can do. We are the home team as well, so I'm hoping that'll give us a bit of a beneficial advantage going into today's game. I mean, it's 0-0 at the moment, so it's not looking sort of too one way or another way. I mean, we're slightly edging it. We're actually dominating possession over them, which isn't something that really happens all too often. So that might be a bigger part to play. Anyway, first half 0-0, very boring. I'm going to say that I don't like what I just saw, even though we were defensively solid, I guess. Monaco with the long goal kick. Also had a very famous series on my channel with AS Monaco. I think it was like one of my first... It was like the first proper series I ever did on the channel. Very successful as well. I think we did end up winning the Champions League way back in the day. It was like FM24. We've actually conceded here in the 3rd minute of the second half, as I'm rambling on about Monaco. Lovely. Second shot on target for them, and they score a goal. Lovely stuff. And all of our attackers don't really seem to be caring too much about today. Very cool. Very cool to see. Going to go with a double change. And, triple change. Dmitriev come on as well. Viscasil picking up an injury. It's better and better. And we're still a goal behind. And time is ticking away. Luckily, we've got a highlight. Nagtagar with a throw-in. Can he get across? Goes back to Rojas. Dusak. Juarez. Second ever game, and he's scored his first ever goal. Luckily, putting us back on level terms with Monaco. Dusak with a really good assist there as well. There's not much time left. Nagtagar with another throw-in. Goes to Rojas. Oh, Bednarek at the back post. Stoppage time, and it's going to look like a draw. So a double draw for this episode. Very lackluster. I mean, the strikers, the attacking unit, just did not have it today. The fact that a midfielder assisted a left back to get our only goal of the game does not fill me with any sort of confidence going forward. Do I think we can win the Europa League? Yes, I do. That is a terrible injury. Viscasil, torn knee ligaments, out for 3 months. Oh, he's my wonder kid player. I was depending on him to be the future of our midfield. And he's now injured for 3 months. Bravery is shot down as well. Determination's down. He's going to miss 3 months of playing time. So frustrating. We dominated that game as well. I hate that. Oh, I can't stand it. I mean, Juarez, man of the match, will take it. Second ever game for him. He's looking like a good player. But yeah, 2 draws in a row. Not too good. Anyway, if you enjoyed the episode, guys, please smash the like button and, of course, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Apart from that, as always, take it easy, and I'll see you next time.